Hey, welcome to my channel. Today I have 3 tower block DIYs. And for the first DIY, you need 158 blocks, which is 3 boxes of tower blocks, and some wood glue. I made 2 sets of 8 tower blocks across and 2 blocks high, so that's 16 in each. And I like to dry fit them all together so you can swap out any bigger or smaller ones and swap them around and make sure that the edges are as straight as you can get them. And then I wipe off any excess glue. And I made 2 of these, and they are 16 blocks across and 2 blocks high, so 32 in each. I used my last boxes of tower blocks to make these DIYs, so I don't know, I'm order some again soon, but I'm going to take a break from tower blocks for a while. But I will come back to them because I do have lots more ideas for them. There's 28 blocks in this part, and the 2 sides are 8 blocks high and then 3 across in the middle, and I doubled them up. If you want to, you could make the space, the rectangle in the middle, smaller than this, once you see what I'm making. And now I'm just leaving it as it is, and then I'm going to glue all the sides on. But I'm gluing them with the flat side that was on the table to the outside. And I put some extra glue on the inside there because my tower blocks had a wee gap. So now I'm making 2 of these, and they are 3 blocks each. And then 2 of these, which are 5 blocks each, all end to end. And then I am going to glue them together. And then I just have to cut down 1 block for the end there. And I made 2 of these. And now I'm just gonna glue everything together. I made sure there was the same amount of space around the outside of this, and then I did the same with the top. You can guide it with the tower blocks that are in the middle there, and then when you turn it over you can see. And then I tried this white, Simply White wood stain by Minwax, because I got sent it by accident when I ordered special walnut, so I kept it to see what it was like, and it didn't make it that white, but it definitely looks better than the plain tower blocks. Anyway, I have some peel and stick wallpaper from Dollar Tree, so I am just attaching that to the side and then smoothing it out, and then I've taken an X-Acto knife to cut off any excess, and I'm going to do that to all the sides, and then I also did it to the top. I don't know how long the wallpaper will stick for. You can always put some extra glue down or Mod Podge over it or whatever. I just stuck it down. And just fitting it right into the corners. And then smoothing it out with my wee Cricut tool. It was one from Dollar Tree. And then cutting off the excess with my X-Acto knife. And then I'm scoring off to make the hole for the top because it's going to be a tissue box. And I did fold them down at first and I was going to leave them like that. So you could do that if you want to. But then I changed my mind and decided to take my X-Acto knife along them and cut off the excess. And if I go out of frame on these DIYs, sorry, I didn't think about my big pregnant belly. I'm sitting further away from the desk now, and I didn't think about it until I'm now watching these back. So I have moved my camera forward a bit for next time. And then this is some tissues from the Dollar Tree, and it fits inside that perfectly. And you can use any of the Dollar Tree papers for this, or any peel and stick wallpaper you have lying around at home. You can also paint or stain whatever colour you like, put some beads on it. I need 119 tower blocks for this DIY, which is 2 boxes and some wood glue. And I made 4 of these, and they are 8 blocks across and 3 blocks high. So that's 24 blocks in each. And I dry fit them all together as well. I made sure each of them were the same size. Now this is 9 blocks on each side, and then 2 at the top and the bottom in the middle. So that's 22 blocks for the top of this smaller tissue box. I want to make some practical stuff, but you can always make these or apply the peel and stick wallpaper to any boxes or little shelves, side of shelves or whatever that you make with the tower blocks. So I'm just gluing all the sides together now, and I'm gluing them to the top of the box. And what I did was I glued it twice with the flat sides facing in the way, and you need the flat side facing out the way. And I took it apart and glued it together the exact same way twice, and then I'm like, oh my god. So you need the flat side that was on the table to be on the outside, and now I am just gluing the top on. Just making sure it's centered inside that, wiping off any excess glue. And now I'm just trimming down some craft sticks, just using my miter shears. Don't have to do this part. You can also do this on the first box if you want to. So I'm just going to cut down 8 of those. Sand down the edges. I'm using some Truffle Waverly chalk paint, and it's near the end of the bottle, so I added some water to it, so it's more watery than it usually would be. And then I just brushed that on the top of the box and on the craft sticks. Again, you can use any colour paint or stain you want to, or leave it plain. You don't even have to put the peel and stick wallpaper on it. You could decoupage it, put some scrapbook paper on the sides, or apply some air dry clay mold, or it's up to you what you want to do with your DIYs. I am using this wallpaper from Dollar Tree this time, and I'm just measuring out how much I'm going to need, and then I'm going to cut it down before I stick it on. I'm just double checking here. And I'm going to do that to all the sides. Okay, I'm going to use some tacky glue, but I could have used hot glue and it would have been easier. But I'm using the tacky glue and just sticking down any corners that didn't stick down properly. And then I am going to glue on these craft sticks. I'm just gluing one on each side. And to keep these in place until the glue set, I just use some masking tape and put that over all of the craft sticks. And then I just left it to dry overnight. Then I just peeled off the masking tape the next day. And then this wee tissue box is from Dollar Tree, and then it just fits right on top. And this is how it turned out. For this DIY you need 154 tower blocks, so that's 3 boxes and some wood glue. And then I'm gluing together 2 of these L shapes. I'm gluing a row of 3 tower blocks going up the way and then 5 going across. And this time I'm gluing the 5 across, and then on top of them I am gluing the ones going up the way. And then I am going to fit them together. And then I have to cut down a tower block to fit at the end. So this is similar to the first DIY, but I did do something different for this one. And then I made 2 of these. I also used a couple less blocks. So this is 15 blocks across and 2 blocks high, and you need 2 of them, so that's 30 blocks in each. And then 2 of these, and these are 8 blocks across and 2 blocks high, so 16 blocks in each. And then 28 blocks for the top, and it is 5 blocks across, and then the sides are 9 blocks high each, and then the middle part has 2 rows of 2 blocks, just like the first one, the first DIY. And I'm just going to glue it all together, and I have the flat side that was on the table facing out the way. If you're not putting the paper on this, then it doesn't really matter. But if you want to cover it in the peel stick paper, then you've got to have the flat side facing out. So I left them to dry for like 2 minutes because I was filming, but you should do it properly. Leave it for the proper amount of time. And then I'm gluing one of these that I made earlier to the bottom. And then I'm turning it over, and then I have some geometric beads. So you can't really see what I'm doing, but I put 6 beads in each corner. And then I just glue them all in place. And then I did the rest off camera, and now I am going to glue on the top part. Just wiping off any excess glue. And then I used some Moss Waverly chalk paint. And I just gave 2 coats of paint to all the parts that are not going to have the wallpaper on them. Well, I did do like the edges of where the wallpaper is going to be. So that's what it looks like. And then I have these scrap pieces and a whole sheet of this bird wallpaper from Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to try and use up as much of the scrap pieces as I can. So I'm going to put this piece with the bird down first. And I'm using the scraper just to make sure I get it right in the corners before I cut it with the X-Acto knife. And now I'm going to use another piece of the paper. I'm doing this on its side, so the other pieces that don't have birds on them, with this paper you could put the scrapbook paper any way around you like, and you can't even notice. It just looks like that's how the paper is meant to be. So if you don't like the bird part, then it looks just as nice if you just use the flower and leaf part of the paper. So I didn't have enough of the scrap paper left to do the top, but I'm going to keep all the little parts that I still have. But on the top, I didn't want any of the birds on it because half of them would have been cut off because of the hole in the middle. So I just turned the paper to the side and cut out the part that didn't have any birds on it. Just be deciding what way I'm going to have it. And then I just did the same thing. Made sure I got it right in the corners before I use my X-Acto knife. And then for the middle part, I just did the same thing I did on the other boxes and cut all the excess off with my X-Acto knife. You could put some tower blocks around the hole if you want to, if you don't want to leave it just like that. And it fits right on top of the larger tissue box. And I love how this turned out. This is the side obviously without the bird, and it looks just as nice without the birds. And the next clip I'm going to show you what it looks like with the bird. So this is definitely my favourite out of the 3 DIYs. Let me know which one is your favourite. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!